a quick video on something I want to have a faff around with again. So I made Elderflower Cordial last year. It was very nice. So I want to have another go at it, just a quick go. And the elderflowers are ready now, so I'm going to make it now. And then what I think I'll do is I'll freeze it before I add the sugar. So I'm just not entirely sure what I want to do with it yet. So I'm going to make the elderflower bit of it first before we kind of add the sugar. I might want to kind of ferment it. I might want to turn it into a jelly. So I just kind of have decided what I want to do. I might do probably something that I'll do for work. So and there's an elderflower bush at work. So it's a perfect day. It's nice and hot. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So the elderflowers have had all the time to kind of become more perfumey. If you were to pick them on a dark day or a cold day, they wouldn't be as perfumey. So it needs to be a hot day, midday, up to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon when it's at its hottest. So slightly changing the recipe. So this time the recipe is going to be 1.2 kilos worth of elderflowers. So I've got some more containers with elderflowers. Just the tops of the elderflowers, not so much of the stalks, but kind of like difficult to kind of pick them and get it right. And then we've got 10 litres of water, and we've got 20 lemons, but they were small lemons, so I reckon I used 4 instead of 3. I think that's about right. No, I probably used too many lemons, but I haven't got any citric acid, I forgot that. So that's not going in. So this isn't going to be a quick video, is it? This is mostly me faffing around. So 10 litres of water I brought up to the boil with the lemons in, so they're going to release their juice and the zest oils out of them, so that'll be nice. And then we're going to throw in the elderflowers. So 20 lemons, 10 litres of water, and 1.5 kilos worth of elderflowers. So just dump those in with the rest of the elderflowers, which I'll do off camera. So push those down, add the rest of the elderflowers, bring it back up to the boil, and then let it slowly steep, and then we'll strain it off. But it's going to be in a few days when I strain it off, because I'm a bit busy this weekend. So rest of the elderflowers in, bring back up to the boil, and then let it steep. I'm going to put it in some jars, and I'm going to leave it in the fridge just to macerate for a few days. You don't need to, you can do it kind of like once it's cold, but I'm just going to do it for a few days just to buy myself a little bit of time. Alright, so it's coming up to boil there, so turn off, knock everything down a little bit, and then lid on, let it cool, and then I'll put it in some big glass jars that I've got, because we don't want, it's an aluminium pan and we don't want it left in the aluminium pan longer than necessary. So lid on, let it cool. So this is the elderflower. It's been in the fridge for a few days because I've been too busy to siphon it off, and I kind of think, well, it'll only have improved with being in the fridge for a few days marinating. Very nice, is that? So strain it through a cloth, get rid of all the bits of debris, and then we'll squeeze out all the juice from it as well. So, not to worry. Well, we will pass that through. I'll put it through a cloth a second time, so it'll get those bits out. I've got flies in the kitchen, so it'll take a little while to go through, but we're not in any rush. And then all these bits will squeeze through the cloth. So I think we can speed up the process. Yeah, we can. We can make washing up. That'll speed up the process. So let's get another. I'm trying to cut down on the washing up that I do, but it's not working. So strain it through a sieve first, and then we'll put these bits of elderflower and lots of lemon in there, isn't there? More lemon than I thought. Put these in a, we're going to need another jug, aren't we? So just put through a cloth again. So we'll put these, mind you, I'm just showing what I'm doing. So these in there like that, and then squeeze all the juice out of it like this, and then we'll strain the juice through a cloth gently again, because you can, when we're squeezing it through here, we're sometimes forcing a little bit of debris through as well. But if we just let it slowly drip through the cloth overnight, then it'll become a lot clearer than it actually is. So, but you get the idea. Squeeze it as much juice out of it as possible, and then because the more juice we squeeze out of it, the more flavour we're going to extract out of it. But you get the idea, and then this juice goes through that cloth, and we'll end up with a really clear, hopefully liquid, that we can boil up tomorrow and add some sugar, and be left with a Elderflower Cordial. The rest of the cordials, I've strained the rest of the juice out, and that's gone in the freezer, because I'll just end up with too many bottles of cordial, which I don't want. It's much better off in the freezer, and then I can defrost some. When I've made cordial out of this and used a bottle of cordial, I can then take another amount of the unsweetened Elderflower Cordial and make some more cordial, so it doesn't ferment, and it doesn't, so because there's always danger that when you're making things that we're going to start fermenting if you don't seal the bottles properly. But anyway, so I'll drain through, and we'll boil it up tomorrow. So it's strained, nice and clear now. Well, not crystal clear, but it's clear. So there's 2 litres of the strained juice in that. So let's put in a kilo of sugar to start off with. I looked at my recipe from last year, and it was 2 litres of liquid and 1.5 litres of sugar. I haven't got any lemons in the house. I've got some citric acid, so I might have to pop out and buy some lemons if it needs some lemon juice, if I don't think the citric acid is going to kind of work. So boil the liquid first and then add the sugar. If you add the sugar to the liquid and then bring it up to the boil, it's going to take forever, and you run the risk of the sugar sinking down to the bottom of the pan and like starting to caramelise, which is not what you want. That's nice, but it needs more sugar. So let's put the 1.5 in, and then it needs some acidity to it, so let's put in 50 grams worth of citric acid. So I'll have to measure this out. The recipe says 50 grams, so we'll kind of see. Well, that seems, 50 grams seems a lot. Right, that's 50 grams. Let's put in. That's that. And we'll taste again, and I've sterilised some bottles with some boiling water. No, it needs all that in. It certainly needs all that in. So that's nice. It'll taste it'll taste different when it's cold. I don't know if it needs more sugar than that. Maybe. No, I think that's about the right level actually, because it's not like a really intense kind of cordial. It's gonna case you need probably more cordial in it than you actually think, because it's not powerful. It's not like concentrated orange or anything like that. It's kind of not got that. You probably need to put, so if you make like a concentrated orange drink or like a cordial, and you were to put a tablespoon in for a pint of liquid, or a litre of liquid, you probably need to put double that amount in my kind of thoughts. But we'll wait until it comes up to boil, and we'll see how much we've made. So we can pause, can't we? Yeah. It's me just emptying water out of some containers. So I'll wait until that boils, retaste again, and then we'll pour it into some bottles and we'll see how it turns out. Alright, so that's just about up to boiling point. We've got a little bit of sediment on the top. So let's just use see, it's become almost crystal clear. And I think that's because of the sugar. And let's just push those impurities up to the top of the pan. So we can just skim those off. We're never going to get rid of them all. I'm not going to pour it through another cloth. But that's crystal clear as that. So just get rid of that. That out of the way. Clean jug, which I've sterilised as well. Oop, that's a bit hot. So I'm going to need a cloth. Hopefully I won't spill everything everywhere. Do I need... No. I was kind of thinking, do I need a funnel? But I think we'll try and get away with it. So I'm going to give... Depending on how much I make, I might certainly giving one bottle away to a friend. I might give 2 bottles away, depending on how much I make. I've got loads of the liquid in the freezer. So, oops. No, I'm best off with a funnel out here, otherwise I'm going to make a mess. The funnel's clean. And anything we pour through it is going to sterilise it even more, so that'll be fine. So just lift up the funnel a little bit so we don't create an airlock. Oh, that's easier. So we'll see how much we make, and I'll just carry on waffling for a bit more. Okay, so I definitely need a smaller one. Use 500 millilitres. I haven't made as much as I thought I would. Not to worry, I'll give him one away. But I've got loads more in the freezer, so it doesn't matter. No, I'm taking my friend bread tomorrow. No, yeah, so I'm already taking my friend some bread tomorrow, so she doesn't need too many gifts, does she? Bread should just be enough. And then my other friend, who's passed her exams, she can have a bottle of cordial, because she doesn't drink. Imagine that. Doesn't like the taste of alcohol. So, that's made about... Oh no, we've got more. Oh, we've got more. I will be giving some to a friend. I forgot I hadn't poured it all in. I was thinking the yield was a bit low. It didn't sound nice. I blame it on the last cocktail I had last night. So, yeah, I think these are 500 millilitres. I think the bigger jars are 750 millilitres. So we'll get an idea of how much we've made. 2.5 litres-ish? 2.5 litres sounds about right. Yeah, about 2.5 litres. I should edit my videos down, but I can never really be bothered. I just think it's an exercise in talking, isn't it? Yeah, an exercise in talking, getting you better used to it. Talking while no one else is here. Apparently it's a skill. Apparently it's a skill. So these are just been in some boiling water. It's cooled down a bit so I can put my fingers in. So that on there like that. That on there like that. That like that. That like that. And then I'll save. That's hot. I'll save that bit in the jug, and that's what we'll have a taste of later on. So if we just shake these, then all the hot liquid touches all the areas on the inside of the bottle, and then it'll completely sterilise it. And then when I suppose it'll cool down now. I don't know. Oh, we can do it now, can't we? We can do it now. We can simply add a bit of the cordial that's in that jug. We can put it in a glass, and we can taste it now, because it'll be cool. It won't be cold, but we'll put cold water in it, and we'll put some ice in it. We've got a clean glass, an ice cube, which I know I've got because I had cocktails last night. So a bit of ice, and then cordial over the ice, like that much, and then taste, and see how it tastes. If it needs some more. No, that's delicious. That's delicious. That's the right amount of acidity, and that's the right amount of sugar. And then if you want it a bit stronger and a bit sweeter, you just add more cordial, which is what you do, isn't it? Anyway, so success. Yeah, I think this year I put in more elderflowers than I did last year, and I think it's improved it. It's nicer. But there we go. Success. That's delicious.